You're gonna wanna stick around because in today's video, we're doing all new hacks for fall. Let's make a candy apple board. These would be so fun to make with your kids or grandkids, or you could just have them out at your next Halloween party. There's so many fun pumpkin paint techniques. I want to show you one that's super easy. Now this is a green pumpkin that I got at Walmart. You're gonna need 2 colors of paint. You're gonna need white and black paint for this next project. We're gonna add ghosts to our pumpkins. First, we're gonna start with adding our ghosts to our pumpkins with white paint. Now you could paint these on with a paintbrush. You could dip your finger in there to create a ghost, or find something with a circle shape that you can use to create your ghost. I found this dowel rod in my craft room that I'm gonna use. So I'm just going to stick it into my paint like a stamp and place it onto my pumpkin. Now I used a little bit of black paint, put it on my plate, and for this you're gonna need a fine detail brush like this. I'm gonna dip it in my paint and create 2 eyes and a mouth for the ghost. I have another option for you to create a decorative pumpkin. These are dried florals that I put on this pumpkin. Now I did this as part of a girls' night. I just got some white pumpkins, and then off of Amazon I ordered a bunch of different dried florals. So you're gonna need a bunch of dried florals. You're also going to need some paint brushes. I ordered this entire pack off of Amazon with some Mod Podge. And then all you're going to do is Mod Podge on your pumpkin and then press the flowers down. I think it looks great when you stick to a theme. I did this like white and yellow theme. One of my friends did a purple theme, and then we also had a pink theme. So if you do a couple of pumpkins together, when this dries, these look so pretty. They'd be perfect to sit out on your mantle. How do you store your Kleenexes for fall? Well, of course, in a jack-o'-lantern. So I have 3 options. I have a white, a black, and an orange jack-o'-lantern. I was kind of having trouble figuring out which one I wanted to use. I really like the white, but I'm worried you're gonna be able to see my Kleenexes inside. So I think I'm gonna go with the black one. Let me know down in the comments which of these 3 you would choose. So you've probably seen me do this hack before in a vase, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your Kleenexes and you're going to pull them out. When you have them in your hand, the side that you're gonna pull out, what you wanna do is take them and bend them in half like this. This side where all of them are connected, you're going to put that into your jack-o'-lantern. And anytime you need a Kleenex, you can pull it out of your jack-o'-lantern. You're gonna want this for spooky season. This Snackle box has a lid, and you can fill it up with your favorite Halloween treats and candy. This would be perfect for a movie night or to bring over to a friend's house. So let me know down in the comments which candy I'm missing from the Snackle box. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Comment the word of the day, which is hacks. A few years ago, I created a fall candle in this wood bowl that I had thrifted, and it was really cute, but I wanted to do an updated version for you. I thrifted this bowl, and I'm wondering if somebody DIY'd it because it kind of looks like a DIY project, but I thought it'd be perfect because I wanted more of a bowl shape. This was $4.99 at my thrift store. First, put in my candle wicks. Now, somebody left me an amazing comment telling me to hot glue these candle wicks to the bottom of my bowl to hold them in place whenever you pour in the wax melt. So thank you so much for that comment. We're gonna be doing that for this project. Let's start by heating up our wax melt. Now, I love this set of wax melt. It's from Amazon. I will link it for you down below. It's a natural soy wax melt, which I really like. I'm gonna add in some essential oils. Now, since it's fall, I have this pack of essential oils called Spice. And I think the two that I'm gonna use today are the pumpkin pie and the cinnamon. You can mix them around or use any essential oils you like. This is just an old pot that I only use for my wax melts because I make several candles, but I'm just going to take the wax melt and fill up my pot with it. It melts pretty easily. I usually just put it on low. Next, I'm gonna add in my essential oils. I'm probably gonna add in more of the pumpkin pie than I do of the cinnamon. Since my candle's so large, I'm probably going to have to melt wax in multiple stages, so I'm going to put a little bit more in. Now, while my candle wax is melting, I want to map out how I'm going to support the wicks. Normally, I will use these popsicle sticks, but since this is larger, I found these are just wood shims I had out in my garage. So I'm going to put these probably around, and this is going to help me support the wicks so they stand up straight. Another option is you can always tape them. So if I need some painter's tape to hold it in place, I will do that. But you want, while it's drying, for your wicks to be standing up straight. Okay, so it's completely melted. We're gonna bring it over and put it into our container. Okay, so it's definitely not full, so we're gonna have to melt some more white wax. Now that I have all of my wax melt in here, I just need to tape them in place so that all of my candle wicks will stand straight up. So for the bowl that I created, I ended up using 4 of the wax melt bags, which if you buy a container off of Amazon, it comes with 5. Next, I want to create some pumpkin and leaf molds that we can put on top of the candle once everything sets and cools. So I bought these molds off of Amazon. There's all different shapes of pumpkins, and then I also found these little silicone molds for leaves. So what are we going to use for our wax melt? You could use the candle wax that we just used and maybe add some food coloring. I picked up these from Walmart. One is maple sugar drizzle, and the other one is called pumpkin apple muffin. I really like the neutral colors of it. So we're gonna start with the maple sugar drizzle, and I'm going to melt that in the same pot that I was using earlier. Okay, so I'm gonna use my funnel to try to put it into this mold. So hopefully that works. So I already kind of got that everywhere. So I'm gonna try to use a disposable cup. It may melt, it may not be a good option. Okay, that worked pretty good. I just need something smaller to transfer it from my container into here. Okay, I went a little over. Next time I won't fill it so much, but that worked pretty good. Next, I'm just gonna use a little spoon to try to fill these leaf containers. I have quite a bit left over, so I think you could get away with maybe just using one of these. Now I'm gonna try the pumpkin apple muffin, and I'm gonna put that in my other molds. All right, so we're gonna fill these up the same way. Now we're gonna let everything cool probably overnight before we pop anything out of the molds. It's been a few days, my candle is completely set, so now I'm going to remove the tape and all of these wood pieces, and then we'll cut down the wicks. This looks awesome. This candle would be perfect just like this, but I'm gonna take my pumpkins out of the mold next to add to my candle. So I got all of the pumpkins out of the mold. Now, as I was doing it, I kept breaking the stems off of my pumpkin, and I figured the best way to do it is actually push from the bottom, and you're less likely to break your stem. I'm just gonna melt down the stems a little bit and connect them to my pumpkins. Now I'm just going to place my pumpkins onto my candle. One want to dress up your utensils for fall, let me show you an easy hack. Start by taking out all your utensils. And this is also a good time to go through all your utensils. I think I have way too many in this container. Take a white tea towel and put it on the front of your container and press it inside. You want to tuck in down at the bottom. Add back in your utensils. Why do I have 7 pairs of tongs in here? That's way too many. Let's see if we can turn this into a ghost. I have some of my Cricut vinyl here, and I'm gonna cut a piece off, and then I'm gonna make some eyes to put on. You could use any vinyl you have, or you could use stickers, or you could even use felt. I'm gonna place on the eyes. Next, you can cut out a mouth and add that on. I found the most compact ladder that's gonna be perfect this fall to hang things all the way into Christmas. Ladders can be so big and bulky and they're really hard to store, so I think this is such a better option. It's compact, easy to use, and it comes with a Velcro strap that makes it easy to store anywhere. Let's try a viral Halloween candle trend. All you're going to need is a wax candle and some fun decorative napkins. Next, you're going to open up your napkin, and then you're going to see if there's any backing pieces. If your napkin has a backing piece, you want to remove that. Now I'm going to wrap the top part of my napkin around my candle. Cut off the excess part of your napkin, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Next, you're going to wrap it around the candle with the pretty side facing out. To protect your candle while you're adhering the napkin, you want to wrap it in parchment paper and tape it in place. Next, I'm going to use my mini travel iron to adhere the napkin to my candle. It's the perfect size for travel, and it's a great addition to your craft room. See how it's a little bit darker here? That means our candle is melting. So that's what you want to see all the way around. I'll cut off any extra napkin at the top, and now that I have the parchment paper off, I'm gonna lightly go around, and any area that didn't get ironed down, I'll lightly do it. I think this turned out so good. Let's try it with this orange napkin. This orange one is not turning out as good as our white bat one. I think the problem is that I'm getting a lot of white wax melt on the outside of the orange. So if you're gonna do this project, I would probably go with a napkin that has a white base to it. That worked really well. This one is just not working very well. Next time you're shopping at Dollar Tree, be on the lookout for these boxes. I think they're absolutely adorable, and they're perfect for fall decor in your living room. You can stack them together and put things like your remotes inside, or they look great just sitting out decoratively. I had a question from Maylene, one of our Facebook group members over at Liz Fenwick DIY, if I've ever created salt dough pumpkins. Well, Maylene, I have not created them, so today's the day, and thank you so much for leaving your recipe. If you guys are wondering about my Facebook group, I have a Facebook group called Liz Fenwick DIY, where you can come and share your favorite crafts and DIYs. It's an awesome community. I'll put the QR code to the Facebook group right here so you can scan and come join, or I'll put the link down in the description box. So you're gonna need a large bowl. I'm gonna add in 2 cups of flour. Then you need 1 entire cup of salt. I'll mix that together, and then I'm gonna add in 1 cup of water to get a dough consistency. I'm gonna knead the dough a little bit in the bowl just to combine. Next, I'll put it out on my parchment paper and knead it a little bit more. I'm gonna mix red and yellow food coloring in a little dish to get orange. So mix your food coloring until you're happy with the color. Next, you're going to pull off a piece of dough, and then you're gonna add in a little bit of food coloring, and then you're gonna knead it together until you're happy with the color. If you want the color to be more vibrant, just add a little bit more food coloring. So the first one that I created, it took so much food coloring to create this one. So with this next one, I just dipped it into the container and I'm gonna see if that will get it colored a lot faster. So I think with these, they need quite a bit of food coloring. So the dough seems to be expanding a little bit. It's a little too warm. So I'm gonna place these in the refrigerator for 10-15 minutes. They're doing a lot better since I pulled them out of the fridge. I'm gonna re-roll them so that I can make more of a round pumpkin shape. They're already starting to dry though, so I'm having a little bit of trouble with them cracking. Next, I'm gonna make indentions in my pumpkins with a knife. I don't know if I got the food coloring mixed up as much as I wanted to on these, and they're kind of spreading out. So the next thing we're gonna do is put these in the oven at 200 degrees for about an hour. I don't know how long these are gonna take to dry, so we're just gonna kind of see how they do. So I'll keep an eye on them and I'll let you know. I'm gonna need your help to let me know what I did wrong with these pumpkins. They expanded quite a bit whenever I put them into the oven, so I don't know if I need to maybe put them in the freezer or the fridge again before I put them in the oven. I know that I probably needed to mix the colors better because I feel like they're a little splotchy. This one cracked a little bit on the edges. I'm gonna add in some cinnamon sticks to the top, but I don't know. I feel like these need improvements, so let me know how I could fix these. Let me know down in the comments which of these hacks was your favorite. I love knowing your opinion, and make sure you subscribe because I want to see you back here, and I'll see you in our next one. Bye.